real quick, this is my alt channel, and my main channel is in danger every day of getting banned as a result of talking with these amazing people very candidly. So please do me a favor and subscribe down below. Helps me out a lot. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Pie Baker says, how's my favorite white man cursed with Revitalago doing directs?
Nice.
Sucks to see your Michael Jackson. Nick R went diving in snow. Be a proper master Drex and whip up Nick R into shape. Come on, Drex. What are you doing?
Hey, you know the beauty about choice is that it's all on you.
Yeah.
Right. So this is my thing. Because in the same thing that you went through, right, where people try to accuse you of whatever, like, oh, you are the reason why. No, I ain't the reason for shit. Anyone out there who thinks I am, this is what kills me, right? I was talking to Jim about this. Shout out to my man Jim Satala. And I was talking to Jim about this, about, truly understanding the ethics of this bullshit, right? Which is, how can someone preach one thing, right, and live it?
Yeah.
And they're the opposite of that. And then like someone goes like this, you're to blame for this thing. It's like, wait a minute. You can't be anti-drugs, but then someone blames you for why someone is on drugs, right? That doesn't really make sense. Like, wait a minute. How does the anti-drug guy get blamed? Oh, Drex, you talk about sex stuff. Hold on, but Cody, you've seen me. Do I ever tell dudes to go out there and partake? No. I just go, hey, this is what it is. These are the dangers. Watch out. This, this could be you. You could wind up in this kind of situation, guys. If you aren't the bull, don't do it, right? And you know what happens, Cody? Yo, man, it's Drex gets people involved in weird swinger shit. No, I don't. Cody, no one can get you involved in weird anything. Because you know what happens? Like, watch this. Yo, Cody, yo, man, you try heroin. I got some. You should try some. At the end of the day, don't you have to like agree to do it?
Yeah, it's called.
I can ask you.
Yeah,
you have to choose to do it.
That was the weirdest shit. That was the weirdest shit that I started seeing floating around. Was this whole fucking just crazy revelation of drugs and all this shit was laid at like I was the cause of it, and I was like, I've never even done a drug in my life. What the fuck?
I've never done nothing, dude. Like
I was like, what? Me?
Right? Like I'm sitting there looking at people like, hey, have you ever had something accuse you of some shit and you just did the whole like, well, fuck, like I know you're talking to me. Like you're convinced they're talking to someone behind you. I'm sitting there looking like, bro, you can't blame people for something. Look, when you're a grown ass man, you make grown ass man decisions, right? This is for women too. So I don't like hearing people do all this like, oh, someone coerced me. I was taking advantage. How were you taking it? Unless you were Meek Mill, and even Meek Mill had to choose. When I hear audio recordings of you getting hit from the bike, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If someone says, hey, you should try this, or you have to choose that. It's similar to what happened with like the Harvey Weinstein thing, right? He got released. These women, Leslie Headland, who somehow still has a job, because you and I both know if Leslie Headland were a man, she would not have a job. They would not. The system would not allow her to prosper, because they're like, wait a minute, if you were the personal assistant, so you're the right hand, you had to know something and aid and abet it, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at the Harvey Weinstein thing, if someone says this quo pro, right? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and flip this. Hey, CAMELOT, you do a little something for me. I'll put you in a movie. You have to choose to say yes to that.
Yeah.
You weren't forced. You chose to say yes. So you can't come back later and say, oh, he made me do it. No, he didn't. Here's the thing though. They never returned the money. You ever notice that?
Yep.
If Harvey Weinstein truly made you do something, right? You should be like this. I'm so ashamed. I'm going to give up the money. But they don't, right? They keep the money, keep the house, keep the lifestyle, and go, I want more money because I don't get more opportunities. Because I know this is hard to believe, CAMELOT. They couldn't fucking act. You see what I'm saying? Salma Hayek hasn't been able to speak a word of coherent English in Desperado came out in 95, right? How can she still, I'm like, you still, like, damn, really?
Because she can suck a mean dick, bro.
Man. And, shout out to Samba, though.
Yeah. No, but dude, that's a
billionaire. She looks bad. Yeah. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's a great point, because I think that when you get caught up in like parasocial like shit online, especially in social media, and it's hard for people that are highly invested in whatever to see it from a perspective of like real life or not from a perspective of social media. And they don't they're always looking for like like trying to blame everyone and like why something. For example, people were like, why didn't you help? Why don't you help these people? Why are you not helping? You know, and speaking of, you know, Nick in general, like why didn't you help when this all was happening? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? He's 40 or something. He's not like a 9-year-old.
Yeah,
You know?
you can't. First of all, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't know this. I know this is hard to believe for certain people. When you have a legal adult, you can't make them do shit. Like you can't even check. You can't even like. Okay, you know, like it seems like in movies, like, you know, we think about like, you know, we watch like VH1 behind the music, like, oh man, the band was doing well, and then they got hooked on drugs, and then they were in rehab, and this is the rehab album, right? The post rehab album. This is how this works in real life. Yo, man, you're fucked up. I can't make you go into rehab. I can't like grab you. If I grab you against your will and try to do it. See, this is why I love people like Andrew Branca, because do you know what he really illustrates, Cody? The people who always say that this is the fake tough guys out there, right? I'll tell you what, Cody, if somebody ever did this to me, I got my guns. And Branca's like this. So yeah, you do know that if you do the thing that you're saying you're going to do, you're going to be serving life. How? Okay. Did you chase someone? If you chase someone down and cause them fatal harm, you're going to prison, right? Because you chase them. Yeah. You weren't defending. I was defending myself. No. You were initially defending yourself, but when you started chasing them, they're no longer a threat, right? They caught lead in the back. That's not self-defense. And see, these people don't. I talked to Brock about this. I believe we were in Nashville, and he goes, Drex, these people, every person that doesn't take a that doesn't cop a plea and everything, he goes, they believe they're in the right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't do shit wrong. What are you talking about? And everyone's like looking like, yeah, bro, you committed like 9 felonies. No, I didn't. And they won't listen. So you're like, well, it is what it is. What do you want me to do? Like, and that was always my question. So Cody, if someone blames you for something, right? Isn't that the obvious question? So what do you want me to do? Right?
Yeah.
Physically grab someone? You can't do that. Like I was asked this question before the stream. Drex, would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter? You're taking an L either way. Because think about it. Once they are 18, there's nothing you can do. You can't you could always say, I can cut them off. Okay. But that doesn't stop what they're able to do with whatever limited resources they do have, right? Because look, man, if you wind up, and I've actually known some of this happen too, they literally saw somebody engaging in certain acts, right? And that's sad to see, right? Like if you're the auntie, imagine being an aunt, right? And you're, damn near 70, 80, and you're just driving, and you look over to one of these, what the fuck? And you see your nephew engaging in certain acts, right? And there's drugs involved. You're sitting looking like, are you fucking serious? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You can look at them and shame them, and they'll try to, pretend that they didn't see you, but it's them. And people are going to make their choices, and it's sad to see. It's sad. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think, like I said earlier, your story is inspirational. But Cody, aren't you tired of seeing people decline and throw shit away, just in general?
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of scandals. Like, look, in all honesty, man, like I know Cat Williams set this shit off in 2024 when he sat on Shannon Sharp's couch and let everybody know what was really going down. It was going to be a lot of revelations. He was right. But at the same time, I kind of wish that we could just go through a year where like, yo, man, we got these interest rates down, right? shit's affordable again. Like what would happen?
It's like
would you rather have that?
Yeah, you would think. You would think. But Cody, it's like every third day. Every third day there's a new fucking crazy revelation.
It's a crazy revelation. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter what it is, but it's always negative. Like, okay, every third day I drive by a place, something's closed. Dude, did I tell you this, Cody? I went to go do my laundry, right? Because my dryer has, I think it's a heat coil is busted. So I wash the clothes, throw them in the damn thing, throw them in the sack, and then go to get them dried, right? I pull up to the laundromat. So the last time I was there, so here's laundromat, fantasy gifts, right? So I see all the degenerate shit literally right next to doing laundry, right? And that was like a week ago. Pull up again, it's closed. I'm like, what? The laundromat's there, fantasy gifts is closed. How many malls have you been around the last few years where you know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't been like that area for a little bit. You pull over, you're like, wait, it's gone? Like a strip mall has like 3 stores in it out of 20. You're like, holy shit. It's like so much negativity, right? Like everywhere you look, it's just like people aren't saying, yo, Cody, man, I hope you do well in your race. There are more people who want to see you fail than want to see you succeed.
Yeah, I think it's more entertaining, right? I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Success is entertaining to me. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. When I heard that you were gonna go do your thing, I was pumped. I was like, holy shit, really? Like, because I know you've talked about racing, right? I know you've done it. I just didn't know that you had. Oh, he's a professional now. Like, I was happy. I was like, oh my god, dude, like shit. Because anything that you're doing right now, right? Like whatever is holding you back right now, is it a physical injury? Is it financial? Is it whatever it is to anybody out there? There is a feeling that you get when you say, I'm gonna go chase this thing. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, look, if you are you a fat dude, you want to get in the gym, and you're like this, Cody, I want to. I'm scared. I can't put down this bag of chips. The moment that guy just makes that commitment and just says, all right, today's the day I'm gonna go in the gym, right? It matters.
Yeah.
It's like you remember those like documentaries and stuff where they show like a marathon, right? Someone went through whatever crazy adversity, right? And they're like the last one who crosses the finish line, right? Back in the day, I would like look at that like without knowing the story. I'd just be like, why are these people like still running if they're like last place? They can barely move. And so that was my thought there. It's like they're winning the race was the win, right? Like if you don't win, then what was the point, right? Then I started hearing those stories, right? Like, hey, this person was paralyzed a year ago, right? This person's battled back from everything. When you start hearing these kinds of stories, and you see that person who's like just struggling, and they cross that finish line, it's like, dude, the amount of effort it took that person to cross the finish line is significantly more than the person who got first. Because they already have the physical tools, they just have to train to win. This person had to train just to even make it through. It's kind of like in Rocky. Remember, he says, it don't matter if I win, if I get knocked out, I just want to go the distance, right?
Yeah.
Rocky won. Like you notice that when you got to the end of the original Rocky, you felt like he won, right?
Yeah.
He didn't win.
Just because he was there. You're like, okay, well, this is a win.
This is a win. You're talking about a 30-year-old club boxer, right? Down on his luck, club boxer who had nothing, right? Other than a damn turtle and some fish. You look at Rocky at the start of the movie as his, he's out there loan sharking his shit. He's the muscle, right? He's illiterate. By the time he gets in the movie, he has a woman that loves him. He proved himself. He went the distance against the heavyweight champion of the world. That's inspirational. When's the last time we saw a movie like that? An inspirational movie.
Well, usually they're all like it's a woman, and the woman's already good at everything, so it's nothing to be inspired. It's just she's just good.
Yeah, we get a Mary Sue. Yeah. She's Ray knows everything. She can do everything. So it's like, well, okay, well, sure.
Yeah, just like Lazy Bastard.